podcast. And today we have a guest, and it's Grace.
Yay!
And we've already laughed so much before we've even started, but we're so happy that she's here. This is Chloe, one of Chloe's very best friends that she's had since she was a kid. So I'm just gonna let Chloe start us off.
Yeah, so this is Grace. I've known Grace my whole entire life. We were joking earlier about forced friends, actually, and how
You're forced to be friends.
but it turned out amazing. So, but I thought I'd introduce Grace, and then we have some questions for her. So Grace is very spunky and sweet and creative, and I also think she has the best laugh. Every time she's laughing, I can't help it. I die. And then also, me and Grace have been friends our whole life, and I say we're forced friends because our grandmothers were best friends, our moms were best friends, and we also were best friends.
Dude,
so,
that is so cool.
Yeah.
I just love it. That's so sweet.
So we've been through a lot.
Yes, we have.
We've kind of
Lots
seen
of
each other.
years.
Yeah, seen each other in every big life event. So that's fun.
It's pretty cool.
It's such a blessing too, you know. There's nothing wrong with having a built-in best friend. Yeah, that's great.
I also thought I would start with a funny story about Grace because I feel like this is just her.
This is just me.
In college, we lived together, and me and my husband were about to go on a date, and she was
you weren't married?
No, we weren't married at the time. But she came up to us and she was like, "So I got all this tip money at work," and she was like, "Should I
what?
tip money?"
Oh,
she got a lot of
tip money.
tips. She worked
Okay,
at a
okay.
coffee shop.
Okay.
Yep.
And she
No,
was,
you said hip money, and I was like, what is that? Okay.
and she was like, "So should I pay this bill or get the Nintendo Switch?" And we were like, "Grace, pay the bill." And she was like, yeah, y'all are right. And we get back from the date, and I just hear running, and I'm like, and I was like, what the heck? And so me and Laramie go in her room.
Because our rooms are across from each other at the house.
And we go in there, and she's on her bed like this with the Switch, and we were like, "You bought the Switch?
You went out right after they left and got it?"
Not only did you you didn't order it, you drove to the store and bought it.
No, it was on Facebook Marketplace, and I went by
I
myself.
didn't know
Oh.
That's news to me.
That's actually so impressive
went by
that you got
yourself?
something.
Yes, and it was a little
Wow.
sketchy, but
That's not safe.
Well,
I was like, I really want this.
and who responds on Facebook Marketplace that fast?
They did. They wanted it gone.
That's
So, and the thing is, my tips, we don't get those for months and months and months. So,
wait. You don't get your tips out?
they save them up and then they give it to us after a few months of
Why? That's
because there's so many of us working. So they want to just let us have a lot of tip money because they have to split it. So,
no. I think
so
that's a
yeah,
red
my
flag.
months of my
100%.
tip money went to a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. That's actually, I'm still crazed out that they give it 2 months because
I know. I got mine after every shift.
okay, at Starbucks we did it weekly.
No.
That's crazy. Yeah,
But yeah,
I
I
feel
love
like
that story.
they probably owe you some money. Honestly, I'm calling them out. That's cool.
Okay. But tell us about what you're doing right now.
Right now, life is kind of crazy. I'm going to Weatherford College right now, and I'm doing the occupational therapy assistant program.
Yeah.
And so
cool.
I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And
You got to do internships.
yeah, so
different places, right?
during my semesters, they make us do clinicals where we go work with people. So right now I'm at a dementia care center, and it's pretty interesting. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But
Do you
where would-
like it? Oh, I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh.
I love it.
Where were because you worked two other places before, right? Or
Oh,
did your clinicals at two other places?
Yeah, I worked 2 other places. So my first clinical, which was a little intimidating, we went to Wichita Falls to the, what is it called? It's the Texas Health Hospital. I don't remember what it's called exactly, but basically it's for people who are not competent enough to go to court So like they've committed crimes and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's high security. Like we have to go through a gate.
You're like, excuse me?
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
Yes, and like every door's locked and like
Yeah, when you told me you were doing that, I was like, are you gonna be okay?
It's like imagining Grace in there, like,
no,
I don't know.
Literally, I have to tell y'all this because it was so funny. Before we got to like go be with the like patients,
Yeah.
clients there, they did like a training in like a different building, and so like they taught us how to like get out of someone like holding your hair and like
Yeah.
biting you,
Yeah.
and then
I have to do that every year
Yes.
at my work, yeah.
and then there's this part that we didn't have to do, but we had to sit and watch it be done. So they got out this mat, and they're like, "Does anyone want to like participate?" And I raised my hand.
Why would you do that?
And so I was the patient. And so they're doing all these maneuvers on me, taking me to the ground.
Oh my god.
And all my classmates hears me giggling. They're like, "Is she okay?" Because like I just thump on the ground hard.
Oh my gosh.
But it was so fun.
Grace, that is so funny.
But
I
yeah.
can't believe you just volunteered for
Oh,
that.
I was like, I'll do it. No one else is gonna do it.
That is so
So
funny.
yeah. But so and then my second clinical that I did was at a school for kids with like Down syndrome, autism, and it was in Arlington, and I loved it there. The kids, I was with the youngest group of kids, so it was
Wow.
like 8 to 10-year-olds, and they were so cute. I wanted to take them all home. They
so
were so
sweet.
adorable.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. So, and then now currently at the Dementia Care Center. So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mhm.
That's really exciting. When will you be done?
I'll be done this time next year in May.
Yay.
Oh,
So it's going by
awesome.
really quick.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
so
And
Is
awesome.
it a
at the
2-year
end,
program?
Yes,
Yeah.
at the end, you'll be an occupational therapist.
Yes, I'll have to like take my final exam, and then I'll get to go work with people. So
Wow.
I'm excited.
Do you
That's
know
cool.
like which groups you want to work with?
Honestly, I like everyone.
Yeah.
So it's like really hard
Yeah.
for me. 'Cause
Well, you're really good with I feel like you're a people person,
Mhm.
so it makes sense that you like have enjoyed, you know, like
Yes.
everywhere that you've been.
Yes.
So,
So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet they love you, Grace. You're just so happy.
I
and
love them.
joyful. Yeah. Yeah.
Just it's so funny to hear like all the stories because you get to like know the people that like the patients. And,
Yeah.
Like every time you go, like you see them and you're like, hey, you know.
Yeah.
So that's really cute.
That's so awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, I honestly don't totally know how you met Keith. He just kind of showed up at our house one day.
I
was
do.
like,
don't
"Hey."
know?
I know
No, I don't
exactly how
know.
she met Keith.
You do. It's kind
She
of a
gave me
long
the
story.
full rundown. I was hooked.
Well, tell it again.
Okay, I'll try
I'm actually like surprised that you don't know. But I
He
remember.
just showed up at our doorstep with flowers, and I was like,
Hey.
Not a bad way to start.
"Oh, I was impressed."
Okay, yeah, I'm excited.
It's,
Tell
okay,
us.
I'll try to go in order. It's
Okay.
a long story, but I'll try to make it.
People,
Wait,
I
do
love
know,
love stories.
At church,
Okay,
right?
Mhm.
Okay, but tell it.
But okay.
it's
I
like
just-
mysterious.
it just- yeah,
I love it. Take it away.
So I met Keith whenever I was
Your husband, I guess. We should
Yeah, my
clarify.
husband
Okay.
now.
Mhm.
I met him when I was actually living with Chloe and all the other girls in Stephenville, and I decided to go home like one weekend and go to church with my family, and when I walked in, there was this guy that looked around my age, and you know, if you know me, like I wouldn't have gone up to anyone like that before. Like I'm super like, I'm only like this around people that I know. If that makes
Sure,
sense.
sure.
And so something was like telling me, hey, like you should go talk to this person. It was God. Like this is like
Yeah.
a total God thing that Keith and I are together. So
Yeah.
I like went up to him and I was like, hey, I'm Grace. Like, what's your name?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, my name's Keith. And I was like, I said some other stuff too, but I was like, can I sit with you? Because like he said that no one was sitting with him. And so Keith and I are the most awkward people with new people. And so we're just sitting there, like not even saying anything to each other the whole service, which, whatever.
Yeah.
What did your
Yeah.
parents think? Like when
They
you
were
went
just like, ooh, are you talking to a boy?
Yeah, that sounds exactly like what they would say.
Yes. And so I told Keith, like, I was like, hey, like, I'm not living in Hazel at, like, right now. And so I might not ever see you again, but it's nice to know, like, you know, nice to meet you, basically. And so went on my way. 3 weeks went by, went back home, went to church again. He was there again. My mom said that he did not go to church the past 3 weeks that I wasn't there, and that he was there this time. And so I went back up to him.
That's so
I can just imagine your
sweet.
mom like
Yeah,
I know.
Well,
okay.
trying to get closer so she can
Yes. So I was like, hey, like, how have you been? And then we talked for a second, and church was about to start. I'm like, can I sit with you this time? And Keith said, nah, I'm good.
What? Wait, I don't remember this.
He said, nah, I'm good. And I was like, oh, okay, so I'll talk to you after church then. And I went and I sat with my mom and my dad and my sister, and they were like, what happened? I thought you were gonna go sit with him. And I was like, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh my god.
I
I'm
was
gonna
so
grill
embarrassed.
Keith next time I see him.
I know. I didn't
Does
know
it like?
that.
I mean, like,
Do you
okay,
bring it
keep
up?
going. I was so confident that I knew everything. Clearly, I'm in the dark about all this. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I totally forget about him because I was like, whatever. I didn't go talk to him after church.
He said no thanks.
Yeah,
I
so
declined.
yeah. So I think like a month or so went by, like living life, and the preacher's wife, Misty, she texted me and she's like, hey, do you want to go to volunteer at this camp for kids who are like, you know, foster abused? And I was like, I don't know if that's for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty intense,
You know,
like, yeah.
because like
I'm sorry.
I didn't like kids at the time, but that has obviously changed now. And so I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be good at this, but I'll try it, you know. And so like on our way there, we were a little bit late because I was riding with Misty, and it's kind of far. And so we were about like 10 minutes late, and all the counselors meet in a circle before the kids get there. And so we get there late, and everyone's in the circle, and I walk in, and I'm like, that guy looks familiar. Who is that? I didn't remember that it was Keith at the time because it had been a while.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, he looks really familiar. Like, I don't know who he is. So as the week went by, or the weekend went by, I was like, oh, that's Keith from church.
The guy that gave me a
"Nah, I'm
thumbs
good."
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like try to make little comments every now and then. I'm like, oh, hey, like, I remember you from church and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we just kept on like making eye contact throughout the whole weekend. Like, we wanted to talk to each other,
Yeah.
but like we were with our kids, so we couldn't
Yeah.
talk to each other.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? And so by the very last day, like literally 5 minutes before the kids were supposed to get on the bus and leave, Keith asked me for my number, and I gave it to him. And
Wow.
He,
I
like-
would have been like, nah, I'm good.
yeah. And so from there, he showed up to our doorstep and took
With
us on our
flowers.
date. Yeah.
Aw.
I'm sorry. More detail. Like, go back.
Okay.
Hold on.
He asked you out. You asked him out.
He asked me out. So literally, like
On
before
your phone. Like, he
Yes.
texted you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before
Sorry,
we
this
even
is good
left,
for me.
because I had given him my phone number, and I didn't get his phone number, so I was like, I'm just gonna leave it to him to text
Yeah.
me. And which I figured, oh, he might text me tomorrow or within a week or whatever. He texted me before we even left the camp. He's like, is it too soon, like, to talk to you? And so we just kind of hit it off, and he would drive like an hour and a half just to come see me for like 2 or 3 hours.
He made it for the night.
Yeah, well, and he told me later on, I was like, so why did you say, nah, I'm good?
Yeah.
He was
By the
like-
way, I haven't forgotten.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, no, I meant it like, nah, I'm good. You can sit down with me. I was like, whatever.
I was like, that does not come across that way at all.
He's just very, like, awkward, like, with new people. And so I think, like, he was trying to say, like, no, like, you can sit with me, but...
And then you walked away.
I just wanted to check.
Both of you were like confused.
That's
That's so funny.
like, why did she just walk away? You know?
That's
Both of you walked away rejected. Like, both- Oh my gosh. Okay, this is actually like really
So-
different than the story I got. I'm realizing what I received was like a really
Yeah, but really, it's like a
slow
total
version.
God thing. Like he was like waving in my face, like Grace, like your
Yeah.
husband's right in front of you,
Yeah.
and I totally thought that I was gonna be by myself my whole life. So I did.
What?
Yes.
I did not think
Grace, yeah, I can tell you right now, like the day that I met you, I was like, what a woman. Like I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I just, you are so like, I don't know, charming, you know? I just love you.
that. Keith would be so bored without
I
you.
know.
Yeah,
I'm sure
literally,
you
he
make
would
his
be.
life so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really sweet.
And Keith is a plumber.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's a plumber.
Mhm.
He's working on getting his plumber,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also want you to talk about the camp that y'all worked at because I think it's so cool.
Yeah. So that camp is amazing. I want you guys to all go to it sometime too, even for like the weekend.
Mhm.
But
It's a year round thing?
yes. So what they
Oh.
do, it's for kids who are in like the foster system, kids who are adopted, kids who are abused, and so basically they do pretty much all ages up till 18. I think it's like from ages 6 to 18. So it's like a wide range, and it's a really awesome resource. But basically, like during the summertime, it's the younger kids, and then during like the year, it's the older kids, and they teach them like college skills, like
That's
work
awesome.
skills. Yeah. And so during the summer for the younger kids, basically, like say I volunteered before and I've been a counselor, so I would get like 2 or 3 kids, and I would just be their counselor for the whole week, and
Oh.
and so they do like these little special events. So they do a birthday party because some of the kids don't get birthdays.
Wow.
They do like a little tea party, so all the
So-
girls.
Sorry, they do
No,
a
you're
birthday
good.
party and it's like, it's everybody's birthday?
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
because
that's so sweet.
you know some of them don't get to
Yeah.
celebrate, and like
Yeah.
they get a gift. So they get like a little MP3 player that plays all the camp songs, and I'm
Oh,
telling
I
you,
bet they-
when they get those things, they go in their beds and they put in their little earbuds and they fall asleep to the music. And sometimes we have to go in and turn them off so it saves the battery.
Yeah.
Like they love those things.
That's so sweet.
And you mainly did the younger kids, right?
I did like I don't know what ages. They were a little bit older.
Like middle school?
Hmm
kind of
I would
age?
say middle school. And so like it's just really sweet to see that. And like they get snow cones. They get to do like face painting, rock climbing.
Yeah.
Like
Kind of almost like a confidence boost for them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, like
yeah.
giving them all the things that like kids, all kids should experience. Just, like having a good time, like wholesome
Yes.
Do they
fun.
do like the same things with the older kids too? Is it a
so
little different?
like the older kids will do that, and then once they like graduate from like they reach a certain age, they have to go do like the older kids camps. So like
The
they do
college
fun stuff. Like they do like the swimming in the pond and stuff like
Sure,
that, but they
yeah.
don't do like the tea party and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that stuff. Yeah.
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 Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
Is that a rooster? Okay,
think so.
I heard it. That was like an actual cockadoodle-doo.
Do you have any? There he goes again.
Yeah.
Do you have any hobbies?
Of course.
Oh, I love that answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course I have hobbies. I am very creative, hence me being an OTA, occupational
Yeah,
therapy
that's so
assistant.
true.
You have to be very creative. So I love to like make things. I'm a very big crafter. I have tons of like crafts everywhere that I don't have space for.
I love that.
I like.
I don't know if I knew that about you.
What really?
Yeah.
Well, you'll see tomorrow because I'm gonna bring
so
something that I
excited.
made.
I'm so excited. Ugh, I'm so
It's
excited.
gonna be really cute.
I have a story that I'd like to tell about you. I don't have to say it right now, though.
Are you gonna forget it?
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Okay. So, whenever your parents were doing the like weekly Bible study, or weekly or monthly?
I think it was weekly.
Yeah. I think
Okay, weekly. Like they did it over the summer or whatever. So we were like at your house pretty often,
Yeah.
and I remember I was like sitting at your mom's kitchen table, and you like came out of your room,
Oh
and
yes. I
you
know what
had
you're about to
like
say.
you had like 6
embarrassing.
Stanleys. And I was like, and they were like all different colors.
Yeah.
And you were like, this isn't all of them. And I was like, why do you have them right now? Like, and you were like, well, I was just trying to decide, like, because there's this one on Facebook Marketplace. And I was just trying to decide if
And
I
it was
really,
like so far away.
if I really wanted it or not. And anyway, I just like, for some reason, I always think about that because you were like, I want them all. Like, and you were like really serious about it. And they were all really cute.
Yeah.
I think
Anyway,
I only have
yeah.
2 now.
Oh, you only have 2?
Did you sell
Well,
them?
I think so. I don't remember. I think I gave it to like my dad. I gave one to my dad.
Your dad?
Yeah, and he doesn't even use it. So
Yeah, well, yeah, Chloe's dad, Matt won't
Yeah,
use the Stanley. He says that straws are not for men.
Oh.
So, yeah.
And in college, you made like earrings. I remember you
Oh
making
yeah,
earrings.
I like to make like jewelry.
Like you sold them?
No.
You
But
just made a whole bunch of them. No,
like,
that's
I made
fun,
like
that's
little
fun,
coffee
yeah.
cup ones since I worked at the coffee
Oh,
shop.
I remember you making earrings because you always had something cute, fun, new. You had your little bees.
Yeah.
I remember those.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I
Yeah.
think of bumblebees, like I think of you.
Oh,
It's like Grace's thing. Is
She
the
wanted to
bees.
open a coffee shop so bad called the Bee's Knees.
I did.
Yeah,
I
that's
still
so
do.
cute.
If you guys
you
wanna
could
ever
like
do
put
it.
on something like Buzz, like you know, like because like you get like caffeine jitters or something. Yeah, yeah,
That's
it's cute. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Hobbies.
Yeah, yeah, you are crafty. I guess I did know that about you. I just forgot. Yeah.
Tell us about your family.
Oh,
My family.
Yes.
they really are the best. They won me over so fast. I think it's the first time I met your mom. She was like, "You're my daughter now." Like I was like, "Okay." Like, so
Like, you want me to talk about like what they do or like
Sure.
just who they are?
Do you have any siblings? What do your parents do?
I'm the only child. No, I'm kidding. So I have a younger sister. She's like 4 years younger than me. Her name's Lily. My dad, my mom, and
Lily is in college.
yes, she's in college, which is crazy. I feel so old.
and she's so cool.
And this
She's
is what,
cool.
her sophomore or junior year, right? Sophomore?
Yeah.
She's going into her sophomore?
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy.
I think she wants to be like a counselor.
Oh, she'd be good at
Yeah,
that.
she would be at that. She's really well.
No,
Like the
she's
chillest vibes known to
Yes.
man. Like Lily has
Yes.
them. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think that I'm more like my dad.
What do you mean?
Like,
You
he's just
are.
very funny.
Oh
he
yeah.
like does silly things.
Because Lily's not funny.
Well, Lily is funny. No.
Whenever I think of Lily now, I just think about at your bachelorette party when we all dressed up like
That was fun.
We should put pictures of that. I bet we've got pictures. We all did.
And I forgot to wear my sash that said
I know.
like getting married, so we're all dressed up
like
as
boys,
kids
just
going bowling.
bowling.
and Granberry Days. Or, wait,
Everyone was looking at
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was
that was
so good.
embarrassing.
And Lily just looks like your
She did.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so funny. That's good.
And then your mom is principal.
Yes, she's a principal. She's been a principal for like
Long
so
time.
long.
Dude, she's such an awesome
Yeah, she's
lady.
so great at what she does.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell that she loves what she does because
Yeah.
of how good she is with the kids and like all her
Yeah.
coworkers.
Because she's an elementary school
Oh,
principal.
yeah.
And like I did not it was difficult for me to see your mom in that role until I like worked at the school
Oh,
with her for a
yeah.
little bit when I was like the nurse's assistant. And I was like, whoa, like because I like couldn't
Yes.
imagine Amy, like the confidence
Mm-hmm.
and just like the like she's not loud like well actually she is
is loud.
actually kind of loud.
Yeah.
But like just like even her personality is just like very like bold.
Bold,
And
yeah.
it was like I almost like couldn't picture her like interacting with young children. And that makes sense. And then when I started working there, I was like, wait, like kids like eat that up. You know, like
Yes.
they need like a good presence. Like
Yeah.
and I just was like, wow, like she is so good at this. Like they loved her. Noah said as Noah like, you know, went through school where yeah, and he said that all the kids were like so afraid of Amy, but
I
because
was
he
like, I
grew
was
up
scared
with
of
them.
Amy for a minute.
That is so
No,
because
I
Noah
needed
was like Noah said he'd be like Amy. Like and they'd be like Miss Roman and he'd be like, you're talking about Amy, you know? So I always think about that too.
I always found it funny too, like whenever I was in high school and I would go up to my mom's school to like go see her, and like it was still like during the school day, the kids would see me and they would be like, "Are you Miss Roman's daughter?" And they would want to hug me.
Like, are you okay?
No, like she was so cool. Like,
yeah.
oh my god.
They just like
That's
loved
good.
each other. Not like Miss Roman is scary. Chloe thought they were worried about you. That's so good.
Yeah.
But she's really good at what she does.
Oh, yeah, I love that. And your dad?
He is a prison guard,
Mhm.
so I don't really get to go up there and see what he does.
Yeah.
But
you
growing-
can imagine.
Yeah, well, growing up though, like he would, well, I call them prison parties because my dad would take me up there for little parties that they had for like the staff, and there would be bouncy houses and like that little thing, like what is it, where you sit and they hit the ball and you fall into the water. What is it called? The dunk thing. Yeah. That was there, and like food,
so
and so
funny.
we would go up there and have a prison party is what I called it.
That's
And
so
so
What did they call it?
I don't know.
Prison party.
I was a kid. I was a kid. I don't know.
Oh, that's the
is-
perfect name for it.
Was it like on
It's a
prison
party.
ground?
Yeah.
At the prison.
Well,
Did
yeah.
you see the inmates? Like, like peeking over.
The kids are just walking.
This is so not funny, but it is. Oh my gosh. Woo, that is.
It was always so fun.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your dad is just a really large man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lily's like pretty tall
Yeah,
because
Lily's
of
pretty
him.
tall,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's taller than me, and I'm the oldest one.
Yeah. Well, when you're adults,
I feel like
that
that's
kind of
how
goes
it-
away.
I feel like that's how it works out because all the older siblings, like I know, are now the shortest.
Yeah,
sure.
Emily and Calvin are significantly taller than me. So yeah. What was I gonna say about your dad? Oh, I was just gonna tell the quick story about how
Yeah.
your parents came over for dinner because they just wanted to at Matt and Keely's house, and they had them all over. And that was the first time not the first time that Shiloh had been around, but actually Brad used to carry Shiloh around when he was a little baby at your house when we would go to that Bible study, so he knows who he is. But because Brad I think it was because he's so big.
Well, and he's like the sweetest guy.
is. He's a teddy bear.
Literally,
Like, I
your
can't-
dad
I
is the
can't imagine him at work.
nicest, the like sweetest guy ever. But Shiloh was, I think, just intimidated by the sheer size. So, and because Matt called him Big Bad Brad.
Well, that's why he's
He
always
likes to be called Bad Brad.
I know, but like to Shiloh, he's like Big Bad Brad.
And then a
Like,
couple weeks after, like that dinner, he was like, "Big Bad Brad's gonna be here." And I
yeah,
was like,
well, and he's
Big Bad
Because
Brad
you were
go
coming
home.
over.
Shiloh would wake up in the middle of the night having. And he'd
Night
be like, you would wake up in the middle of the night and be like, Big Bad Brad's not gonna be. And I know for a fact that Brad did absolutely nothing to deserve the fear that Shiloh has because. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. We can cut that out if you want to, if you think it's gonna hurt your dad's feelings.
No.
Anyway, Shiloh is like we're good now. Like we're good.
Oh,
Like,
he's good with
yeah,
him
because
now?
we like look through like photo albums. Like Noah has old photo albums.
Of
from,
my
like,
dad.
well, not just dedicated
Brad.
to your dad, but like we have like a photo album of Noah like when he graduated high school.
Yeah.
And everybody made a page, and Amy made, I guess, several pages.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and like Brad is in there, and so we're like, "That's Brad." You know, like we don't call him Big Bad
Mm-hmm.
Brad. Like that's Brad, and Charles like, "Yeah, like that's Big Bad Brad." And we're like, "Yeah, it's just Brad." You know, like so we're kind of working on it, like because Brad's always gonna be around, so we kind of
Yeah.
need to be like cool with that. So,
He said,
Yeah.
Big Bad Brad gonna go home.
oh yeah, he was like
that.
Or there was something that y'all came to and was it Micah's graduation party? Is that the last thing y'all heard
Yeah,
from?
yeah.
He was like, Big Brad, stay home.
oh,
because it was just you and your mom, right? Because
Yeah.
Lily and your dad couldn't make it.
But yeah, that's
I feel like
Poor
I
Brad.
should like give a disclosure that like I do pay attention to my son's feelings and I don't force him to hang out with Brad. And I do hold him when he wants to be held. So yeah.
yeah. After that, I was like, I need to get Levi and Brad's hands like ASAP.
Well, and I like Shiloh had spent time with Brad. I mean, like he was always like
Yeah.
with us, obviously. Like, you know what I mean? Like whenever we would come to the Bible study, Brad would just like carry Shiloh around and show him all the pictures on the wall, and like we, we're just like right there. So I don't know. I think it was.
just funny.
I think it was Matt using the word.
The big.
I
bad
really
Brad.
do think that that's kind of what started it. So anyway, yeah. Not-
That's what we always call
Well, that's
him.
his fault for wanting to be
No,
called Bad Brad.
we should not tell Shiloh that he works in a prison.
That would probably make it worse.
yeah.
We also want to know, whenever you sit down to like read your Bible, what does that look like? You
That's a
just
good one.
open it. Do you
Mm.
write? Like, what does that
No,
look like?
I don't. It's very chaotic sometimes, but
That's
okay.
okay. However you do
So
it.
since life has been pretty crazy with school, I actually spend a lot of my like Bible time in my car driving to
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
So I will like play, Christian music, or I'll listen to like podcasts. Like there's this girl that I really like called Allie Yost. Like I don't know if y'all have heard of that
Yeah, I
or
have.
not. You have, yeah. So
I
I'll
haven't.
and she'll like actually like crack into the Bible and like read it, and then I also have a Bible in my car. So if
Oh,
I
yeah.
get to school kind of early, I'll like open it up and like go along with her.
That's so smart to keep a Bible in your car. That's really smart.
I don't know if it's lazy or smart because
Hey, I think it's great.
I love it.
I just left it in there and it's been in there, so I just use it. So yeah,
Well, and you know the time that you have.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So
yeah.
this is really good, Chloe.
Thanks. I just have another story on here. Do y'all have any questions you want to ask, Chris?
Okay. We're waiting.
You go ahead. I have basil in my mouth.
Well, this is just like another funny story, but me and Grace have lots of funny stories. So.
We do.
Whenever we were living together in Stephenville, we were like, how did we even find out? Wasn't it Alexis that found out?
Nope, it was me, and you thought that I was crazy. So
But I thought we heard them first.
no, I heard them.
Oh, you heard? Okay.
So I was laying in bed and I had just watched a scary movie
oh, yes. Now I remember.
called Lights Out, and it's about this creature that scratches in the dark and
Okay, hate that.
yeah. And
Please.
so,
Don't be watching that.
so I was laying in bed and it was dark and I heard just like the scratching and I'm like, oh my gosh. I was actually scared. And
Yeah.
I was like, what is that?
I was about to say, didn't you come in my room and say that?
Yes, I was like, Chloe, there is something doing parkour up in our roof right now.
And I was like, what?
Because it would like jump around and scratch. And I'm like, what is trying to get in my room?
And then I think we went back in her room and we never heard anything.
Yeah, and you're like, you're just crazy. And like,
Yeah.
brush it off.
And then the next day, I think you were gone, and Alexis was like, Chloe, come here. And I walked in her room, and I just hear all this, like,
Yeah.
like in the ceiling, and I was like, oh my gosh, she wasn't kidding. And we were trying to figure out what was up there, and we had, like, just heard noises for, like, ever.
Yes.
And then one day, Grace is like, Chloe?
We were on are you talking about the pillow?
Yeah.
Okay, we were gone on like Christmas break or something.
Oh, yeah.
So we came back home.
And she was like, come look at this. And there was, like, poop in our bed.
In my bed.
And I was
Under
like,
my pillow.
"Ah," like, stinks for you, basically.
I was like,
And
go
then
look in yours.
Yeah. So we went in my room, and I was like, they're not in here. Picked up the pillow, poop all in my bed, and I was like, burn everything.
Oh my god.
And this was like late at night. Like we had just gotten home and we were ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And there was poop in our bed.
So they weren't just in the ceiling.
right.
They were
right.
like in our stuff.
oh my gosh.
And
Where did you sleep?
in our beds.
Oh my gosh.
Where else are we gonna
Did you change the sheets?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
I still would not have. I would have.
Um,
I don't know. I would have. wanted to sleep like in a trash bag or
Yeah.
something
I wanted
to
to.
protect my
Well,
body.
and
Yeah, I
after
probably would
that-
have gone somewhere else. But
I
I
would've-
can't sleep here tonight.
I know, but where did they have?
Yeah.
You know, where would you go?
Someone else's house. I don't know.
And I was like, I would have found someone.
Go home, I guess.
We probably would
I
have.
would have driven Aisel.
They're braver than we are.
Well,
Yeah.
after that, we were like, no more. And Alexis told us that they could like squish themselves to fit underneath the door, and I was like, oh my gosh. So we took a bunch of foil and like put up. There was like a hallway like to our room. It kind of made like a T where our rooms were. So we like put foil on the bottom right there, and then like under our door frames,
And we had a house bat, so we put the house bat right
like a
next.
like a bat.
Oh,
Like
I
a-
thought you
I
meant
got
like.
like a bat, and I was
Like a
like,
bat.
bat that you
Which
pull.
is another story.
What are you gonna do with the baseball bat against?
Hit him.
Well, Alexis also tried to go up in the attic with a machete. And I was like, wait.
she's brave.
She's
Wait.
like getting on the ladder, going up there, and I was
Oh,
like,
machete's
Alexis.
the knife thing.
Yeah, I was like,
I was
oh.
thinking a gun. I don't know why. I don't know why. I was like, whoa.
But I was like, what's your plan when you get up there and see them?
Just like
Start whacking.
something.
And she was like, yeah, you're right.
And the fact is, you have to like squeeze through Chloe and I's bathroom, like to
yeah.
get up into the attic. So-
Which we later found out there was another entrance to the attic. So we made Laramie like shimmy up there. But,
So many times.
Yeah, he had to go up there like
yeah,
lots
we
of
were
times
trying to
for
get
some
rid of
reason.
them.
Oh, for the rats.
I think
All
there was
related to
something
the
else. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you
But-
have like a squirrel or something in your
We had
attic?
mice and rats. Is what
Thank
the internet
goodness you
said.
had
Okay.
Laramie.
Yeah, but
He was probably like, what am I getting myself into?
whenever Alexis went up with the machete, there also was somebody doing some electrical work on our house at the same time. And she like brings the machete down, and I'm standing in the kitchen because I'm talking to the guys like doing the electrical stuff. She like walks in with the machete, and they like said something like, "Oh, we'll be careful," or something. And we were like, "Oh my gosh." But yeah, it turned out we had mice, mice and rats in our attic, and we tried to
Yep.
prank one of our roommates because her wall was
Oh.
like up against mine, and me and Grace were like scratching on the wall,
I
and
was
she was like,
Chloe, let's
"Quit."
scratch on her wall.
Oh.
But yeah,
That was so gross.
That was a time.
Aw. I know both of you guys had like, I mean, it just sounds like you guys had the best time like living together. So I like hearing all the stories. Like, that's so fun, you know?
Yeah, we would have everybody over to play Murder in the Dark.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh.
that's so fun.
Chloe and I would do karaoke and stay on the
Yes.
table when we were home alone with each other.
Yeah, no one else could be. Yeah, that was so fun. And then we had a toilet like start just like overflowing.
Oh my gosh.
It literally filled the whole bathroom, and me and Grace were just standing there, and I was
What
like,
do we
I have to
do?
go to class.
Just left her there with the toilet.
Where you guys were, whenever Laramie had his like graduation party, that was at y'all's place. Okay, so like this is so random, but I remember that was like when I was pregnant, but like nobody knew, and there was like a pizza party, and I ate a piece of pizza, and then I went in that bathroom and I like threw up the entire piece of pizza.
Our pink bathroom.
Yeah, and
remember
the toilet was
you
flushing
getting
so
really
slowly,
sick.
and I was like, it like wouldn't go down, and I was like, this is a terrible situation, and I couldn't be like. If I like, it was really early, so if
Yeah.
I was like, I threw up the pizza, they're like, what's wrong with you? And I was gonna be like, I don't know. I mean, you know, so I was
You
like really
kept
nervous, but it was fine.
Going into the bathroom, me and Mike were like, is Megan okay?
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, people noticed that.
We were like,
But I literally was like, I don't know. I kept like thinking I was gonna throw up. So anyway, yeah.
and I also remember Noah saying, because we went with Nana and Pawpaw to pick you and Noah up on our way out there.
Oh, to the party.
Uh-huh. And I didn't know this at the time. I wasn't paying attention. But Noah, like, grabbed your prenatals, I guess, that were sitting out and was, like, trying to hide them or whatever.
Oh,
so
that's
then
so
after
funny.
he found out, he was like, yeah, I was scared that y'all knew. y'all
Oh,
saw.
that's funny. It wasn't that big of a deal if people knew, but I mean, I had found out like I mean, it was like a week before, and I hadn't had like an appointment yet, and we never had a baby, so we were like, I don't know, you know. So, and then I think with Ruth, I like peed on a stick, and I was like, hey, you know. So it just depends, but yeah. Anyway, back to Grace. Yeah.
And then, did you have something you were gonna say?
No.
I was thinking about the house bat.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We were,
That's a story.
I know. I think our landlord got us a new washer and dryer or something. So we had one like sitting outside, like It was like under our carport, and I think somebody's car was parked there, so I still don't know how this guy saw it. But somebody was driving by, and he just had a huge trailer, like, packed, like, so full of just junk. And he knocked on the door. Luckily, Laramie was home.
Well, also before you continue, our little neighborhood was a little sketchy on some ends, so.
Yeah. Our house was right in front of an elementary school, but then, like, 2 houses down, there was a house with, like, 1,000,000 cameras
Yep.
around the
Oh.
door.
And
And then
there was
there
a
were always
crackhead
police.
house at the very
Yeah.
end.
Oh,
It was crazy.
that's weird.
And we
So-
never locked our door.
Yeah.
Guys. What? It
But-
sounds like you know that's a problem.
It's fine. And I was thinking about your frog, too, that you got.
My frog.
Grace, she got this little, like, frog that
Wait,
would sit on the
what
porch.
happened with the man in the
I know, I'm
trailer?
gonna get to it. I just remembered this
Oh,
too.
okay.
But it was like kind of like a motion sensor, and so
Oh,
every time
yeah.
you would walk by, this frog
It
would
would-
just start croaking. That was our alarm system.
A
I
real
got it
frog?
for fun.
No.
Oh,
No.
oh, okay.
But it would croak every time you walked by
I
it.
was like, dang, that's crazy.
I forgot about that.
But so this guy shows up with all his junk and knocks on our door, and Laramie, he's like, "What's going on?" So he
Yeah.
walks over there, and he's like, "Hey, y'all getting rid of that washer and dryer?" And he's kind of like crazy,
So,
yeah.
Mhm.
And Laramie was like, can he have this washer and dryer? And we were like, sure. And so Laramie like helped him load it up, and they got it on there. And then he was like, hold on. He was like digging through stuff, and he pulled out this bat, and he's like, here you go. And Laramie was like, thank you.
Yeah.
And then he brought it in the house, and that was our house bat from then on.
Where
That's
is
great.
it now? I don't even know who has it.
I don't know either.
That's sad.
But yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I did have a question, Grace.
Mhm.
What the heck was it? It left me. Kendall, do you have anything?
No.
Do you have anything else you want to say? Or story you want to share?
Why can't I remember what it was?
There's so
gonna
many
say?
stories.
I know. I just feel like you're such like a big part of our lives. You're just like this
Mhm.
constant that I'm like now I can't think. Oh, I want to know about your wedding day.
Oh,
That's
my
what it was.
wedding
Yes,
day?
I wanted you to tell us about your wedding day and how Keith proposed.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
We totally forgot.
So
We were just like, this is how we met, and then we like moved on.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I want to know more. Yeah.
okay. So I'll start by saying like by 3 months of dating Keith, I was like, I'm marrying this man. Like, so I had nagged him and like, I want to get married. Like, when are you gonna propose to me? You know?
OMG, that doesn't seem like you. I kind of love that. Yeah. Mhm.
I wasn't like as naggy as that,
No,
but like I would always
no, I know
hint
what you
at it. You
mean.
know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah. I know.
silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And so, I accidentally told the kids from camp that we were not going to go to Colorado, which is the same week as the camp, like the next year. Like, so going to Colorado with my family and camp are the same weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I told them, no, Keith and I are going to come to camp. We're not going to go to Colorado. And so Keith was going to propose to me at Colorado. So I ruined his plans, which I didn't know.
I didn't know that part.
And so we went to camp. And I was like, my family's in Colorado. Like, he's not going to propose to me here because they would be here, I assume.
Your family.
Yeah. And so basically, it's before the kids get there, and Keith was like, hey, like, let's go on a walk. And I was like, okay. So I'm in my Chacos and camp clothes, which is not very cute. And
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. So we're going on a walk, and this guy named Tyler, which is Keith's friend, he does like the photography for the camp. He like comes with us, and he's like, oh, I'm just gonna like test out my camera. And I'm like, okay. And so we walk down to like where the fire pit is, and that's kind of like where Keith and I like knew that we liked each other because we
Yeah.
kept on like, you know, talking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like kind of like the fire pit, and then there's like the lake over on the side, and he proposed to me right there, like right in front of the lake.
So sweet.
And it was really cute, and I loved it.
And your family was not there.
No.
Did your mom like want to be there?
Well, like I assume that she would want to be there, but like that's where I wanted to get proposed to at, you know.
Oh.
And but I do have a video of like the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I sent it to them. And they thought that Keith was chickening out because like the Wi-Fi is super bad, and so they're watching my live 360 and they're like, "Oh, he's not going over there to the camp, like the little fire pit."
So they all knew.
Yeah, they
Aw,
knew.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, of course he asked before.
Yeah,
Well, and I think I even asked in the video, "Did you ask my dad?"
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
crying.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to put the video in, and we have it. Yeah,
Yeah, I have it.
that's so sweet.
And then what was your next question?
So your wedding day, tell me about that.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
What about it? Like just like what we did.
I guess maybe like how'd you feel? You know, like
I was nervous.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I don't like the attention being on me.
yeah.
Like I'm fine.
I
with,
was
like,
I was the same.
Yeah, I wanted to
felt-
get
yeah.
it done. I was like, let's just get this over with.
Yeah,
You know.
I just want to be married, and yeah, no,
But
I totally get
I
that.
think my wedding was super fun.
Yeah.
So like, we had the ceremony. I did like private vows with Keith in the back. So like I like wrote out what I wanted to say to him because I didn't want to say it in front of everyone in case I messed up. But I just wanted it to be for him and I and like our
That's who it's
family.
for, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then for it's like the reception, right? We did a cornhole board
That was
like
so
contest.
fun.
Yeah.
And so part of like my wedding that we did was like we went and thrifted like mugs from Goodwill and like
Yeah.
Yeah,
from
that
people who
was-
gave
Yours
it to
is
us.
the most memorable wedding, like
That's
you know what I
sweet.
mean? Yeah, that like
Well,
yeah. I just
literally
loved it.
this morning I got a text from someone who went to my wedding and got a mug, and she sent a picture of her mug and said, "I'm thinking about you." You know,
Yeah,
Oh,
we
that's
use ours
so
all the
sweet.
time.
Yeah, we use because everyone, all of our like family that went, we all left them
Yes.
at Keely's.
Uh-huh.
And so now, like every time I get a cup of
Yes.
coffee, I like actually I don't even use the one that I got. I use Chloe's. But
No, I
and
just,
that tiny one, somebody got a really small one. I'm like,
Laramie.
yeah, okay, Laramie. Then I use Laramie's. Then. Yeah,
but we handpicked every one of those, so I thought that was really fun.
yeah,
But-
it was so fun.
And I think like y'all said that people were fighting to get like which mugs they wanted.
Oh my gosh,
right?
people were like,
I mean,
like
like
they were like
with Mike, I was
sick
like,
and
we gotta go
through.
get a mug.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
we gotta get one.
Well, they said it, and like people like as soon as they said like you can go get a mug, like people like kind of started to go over there, and then people were like, wait, like I gotta go over there. So then all of a sudden there was like so many people who couldn't even like get in, like. But yeah, I think we all ended up with like a really yours is the one that says like
Home something,
homemaker
yeah.
or something. It has like apron and a
That's
yeah
cute.
yeah so.
Yeah. But to say that, like for whoever won the cornhole tournament, we had
Yeah.
2 mugs,
We
and
had
And the
that one too.
cornhole tournament
Yes,
was
they
so
won.
awesome.
yes,
People were taking that.
they were
really
going,
seriously.
and I played in Keith. Like we were playing in our
Yeah.
little dresses. and-
Yeah.
yeah, it was so fun.
Well, in your dress.
Yeah, in my dress.
Yeah.
Chloe's
Each one wearing
dress.
dress. Yeah.
But whoever won got a mug that had like Keith and I's face on it and different pictures, and
Yeah.
I think it said like cornhole champion
Yeah.
or something on
Yeah.
it. So I
And then
thought,
it said like Grace and Keith's. No, what's Keith's last name? What is your last name?
Jones.
Oh yeah, I said something like the Joneses or
Mhm.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then what'd y'all do after?
Oh yeah. So of course I'm like a little quirky. I was like, I want to go do something fun. And so Keith always takes me for any special like event, like my birthday, or usually it's for my birthday. We go to Velvet Taco.
Oh yeah.
And so we went in our like my wedding dress and his suit, and we went with our videographer and went inside, and people were just like looking at us, but I was vibing. I was like, this is so fun.
Oh, I love
And
that.
When we got up to the counter, the guy that was checking us out, he was like, "Did you guys just get married?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
That's so
you know, and he's like,
awesome.
"Well, it's on us," you know, and so I got tons of pictures like there
That
with
is
my
so
tacos.
sweet.
I still want to go.
I've yet to see those because I was like
Oh,
so
yeah.
pumped when y'all left. I was like, "This
I
is
need to
amazing!"
show
Like,
you.
I really want to see them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's so
definitely want
awesome.
to go back there and show them, hey, like, look, at our wedding pictures.
Yeah, you should. They probably like
Oh yeah.
hang on the wall or something.
Yeah. That'd
Yeah.
Be cool.
That's so neat.
So yeah.
And also, like, just go ahead and announce like who the cornhole champion was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can't forget that.
Yeah.
The champions were Matt and
Yeah.
who was it?
The guy.
They came to the Bible study.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. Sorry.
The Hansons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
But
and I told them if
anyway,
I see
so we
these
have
mugs,
a Cornell champion mug at Mike and Keely's house, and we use it.
Yeah, we
'Cause
do.
it's always in
Yeah,
the-
Matt
it's-
used it just the other day.
It's always in the dishwasher. So yes.
I said if I see these mugs in Goodwill, I'll know who put them there.
Yeah, yeah. No, we're never getting rid of it. I actually love it.
No.
And like Shiloh will see it, like, and he'll be
Oh.
like Cornell. Like he remembers that
Aw,
we got it. Yeah.
That's sweet.
hmm
But yeah, that was a fun day.
It really was. Like I like loved your wedding. It was so fun, and I liked it. It was like earlier in the day, and I thought that was really cool too. Yeah. And that venue is really pretty. Deer Cove.
Yeah,
South
Deer
Cove.
Cove.
Yeah, that venue is really pretty.
It all turned out perfect. I just wanted to like get the attention off of me and go to cornhole.
Well, you handled it very gracefully. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. I love that. Anything else? That was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for chatting with us.
Yes, it was fun.
Oh my gosh.
Lots of laughs.
Yeah. I'm actually like surprised. I feel like we like got all our giggles out at the beginning. So
I know.
yeah.
We did good.
Yeah, you did do really good. All right, cool. Bye.